This is why you need to understand fever. Hey there, science fans. Welcome back to another exciting episode where we dive deep into the fascinating world of our bodies. Ever wondered why you feel hot and achy when you're sick? It's not just a random occurrence, there's a lot going on inside you. That's your body turning up the heat, literally. This rise in temperature is what we commonly refer to as a fever. It's called a fever, and believe it or not, it's actually your body's way of fighting off those nasty germs that are making you ill. But how does this process work? You see, our bodies are pretty amazing machines. They have evolved over millions of years to develop sophisticated mechanisms to keep us healthy. One of these incredible mechanisms is our built-in defense system called the immune system. It's like having a personal army inside you, always ready to protect you. Think of it as an army of tiny soldiers, always on the lookout for invaders like bacteria and viruses. These invaders are constantly trying to breach our defenses. When these invaders try to attack, our immune system kicks into gear, ready to defend. The immune cells, like soldiers, rush to the site of infection to combat the intruders. A fever is like the body's alarm system, telling us something's wrong. It's a signal that our immune system is actively fighting off an infection. It's a sign that our immune system is hard at work, battling those microscopic bad guys. The rise in temperature helps to create an environment that's less favorable for the germs to thrive. So, while it's no fun feeling feverish, remember that it's actually a good sign that your body is doing its job. Your immune system is working tirelessly to get you back to health. Now let's dive into the amazing world inside our bodies and see how this fever battle really goes down. We'll explore the intricate dance between our immune cells and the invading pathogens. When a pathogen enters the body, immune cells release chemical signals to alert other cells. This communication is crucial for mounting an effective defense. These signals also trigger the production of more immune cells, increasing the army's size to better fight off the infection. Some immune cells act like scouts, identifying and marking the invaders, while others act like warriors, engulfing and destroying the pathogens. During a fever, it's important to stay hydrated and rest. This helps your body focus its energy on fighting the infection. Doctors often monitor the stages of a fever to understand how the body is responding to the infection. Each stage provides valuable information about the immune response. And remember, most fevers are a natural part of the healing process. With proper care, you'll be back on your feet in no time. So next time you feel that fever coming on, take it as a sign that your body is doing its best to protect you. Stay curious, stay healthy, and keep exploring the wonders of science. Imagine this. Billions of microscopic invaders called bacteria and viruses are constantly trying to get inside our bodies. Yuck, right? They're everywhere. In the air we breathe, on surfaces we touch, even in the food we eat. These germs are like tiny ninjas, always looking for a way to sneak past our defenses. And if they manage to get in, they can multiply and make us sick. But don't worry, our bodies have a secret weapon, the immune system. When those pesky germs invade, our immune system jumps into action. It's like a well-coordinated army, with different types of cells working together to fight off the invaders. First, special cells called macrophages rush to the scene. These guys are like the first responders of the immune system. They engulf and destroy the invaders, like tiny Pac-Mans gobbling up ghosts. But sometimes the invaders are too strong, and the macrophages need backup. That's where fever comes in. It's like sending a signal flare, calling for reinforcements from the rest of the immune system. Remember that thermostat in your house? Well, our brains have something similar called the hypothalamus. It's like our body's internal thermometer, keeping our temperature right around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. But when we get infected, those invader germs release chemicals called pyrogens. These pyrogens tell the hypothalamus to crank up the heat, causing a fever. Think of it as turning up the thermostat in your body to make it too hot for the germs to handle. Section 5, white blood cells, the body's tiny warriors. Now let's meet some more of our immune system's heroes, white blood cells. These cells are crucial to our body's defense mechanism. These amazing cells are like tiny warriors, constantly patrolling our bodies, searching for and destroying anything that shouldn't be there. They are always on the lookout for invaders like bacteria, viruses, and other harmful pathogens. There are different types of white blood cells, each with a special job. Some are responsible for identifying threats while others are tasked with eliminating them. Some, like the T cells and B cells, are like skilled assassins, targeting specific invaders. T cells are adept at recognizing infected cells and destroying them, while B cells produce antibodies that neutralize pathogens. Others, like the natural killer cells, are more like brute force, destroying any infected cells on sight. These cells are particularly effective against cancer cells and cells infected by viruses. Fever gives these white blood cells a super boost, making them even better at fighting those nasty germs. When our body temperature rises, it creates an environment that's less favorable for pathogens and more conducive for our immune cells to work efficiently. It's like giving our tiny warriors extra strength and speed. This enhanced response helps our body to quickly and effectively deal with infections, ensuring that we recover faster and stay healthy. White blood cells also communicate with each other, coordinating their attacks to ensure that every invader is dealt with. This teamwork is essential for a robust immune response. Thanks to these tiny warriors, our bodies can fend off countless threats every day, keeping us healthy and strong. So next time you feel under the weather, remember the incredible work your white blood cells are doing to protect you. Section 6. Fever's Arsenal. Boosting the immune response. Think of fever as giving our immune system an extra edge in the battle against invaders. When our body temperature rises, it creates an environment that's less hospitable to pathogens, making it harder for them to thrive and multiply. This is one of the body's natural defense mechanisms, a way to ensure that the immune system has the upper hand. Here's how it works. Speeding up reactions. Just like cooking a cake at a higher temperature makes it bake faster, a higher body temperature helps our immune cells work more quickly and efficiently. The heat accelerates the chemical reactions within our cells, allowing them to respond to threats more rapidly. This means that our body can deploy its defenses faster, neutralizing invaders before they can cause significant harm. Iron lockdown. Those pesky bacteria need iron to survive. Iron is a crucial nutrient for many pathogens, and they rely on it to grow and reproduce. By limiting the availability of iron, our body can effectively slow down the growth of these harmful microorganisms. Fever helps by reducing the amount of iron in our blood, essentially starving those invaders. This process is known as hypoferemia, and it's a strategic move by our body to deprive bacteria of the resources they need to thrive. Without sufficient iron, their ability to multiply is significantly impaired. Increased metabolism. When our bodies heat up, our metabolism goes into overdrive. This heightened metabolic state means that our cells are working harder and faster, producing more energy and resources. This means we produce more energy and resources, which our immune system needs to fight infection. The increased metabolic rate also helps in the repair and regeneration of tissues, ensuring that our body can recover more quickly from the damage caused by infections. So, you see, fever isn't just an uncomfortable side effect of being sick, it's a powerful weapon in our body's fight against infection. By understanding the role of fever, we can better appreciate the complex and intelligent ways our body defends itself. Next time you feel a fever coming on, remember that it's your body's way of gearing up for battle, mobilizing its forces to protect you from harm. Section 7. The downside of fever. Feeling the heat. Okay, we've talked a lot about the good things fever does, but let's be real, feeling feverish is no picnic. The chills, aches, and fatigue can really wear you down. High fevers, especially in young children, can also be dangerous. That's why it's important to keep an eye on your temperature and seek medical attention if it gets too high or doesn't come down with rest and fluids. Fever reducers. A double-edged sword? When we're feeling awful with a fever, it's tempting to reach for those fever-reducing medications. And while they can certainly make us feel more comfortable, it's important to understand how they work and their potential drawbacks. Fever reducers like acetaminophen and ibuprofen work by telling our brain to lower the body's thermostat. This can help reduce discomfort, but it might also interfere with our body's natural defenses by giving those germs a chance to multiply. Listening to your body. Fever as a guide. So how do we know when to ride out a fever and when to seek help? It's all about listening to your body. A mild fever, especially in adults, is usually nothing to worry about. It's a sign that your immune system is doing its job. Rest, drink plenty of fluids, and let your body fight those invaders. However, if you have a high fever, over 103 degrees Fahrenheit in adults, or if your fever lasts for more than a few days, it's essential to see a doctor. They can determine the cause of your fever and recommend the best course of treatment. Finding the balance. When to seek help. Remember, fever is a natural and often helpful response to infection, but it's also important to be aware of potential complications and know when to seek medical advice. Here are some signs that it's time to call the doctor. Fever over 103 degrees Fahrenheit in adults, or 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit in infants under 3 months old. Fever that lasts longer than 3 days in adults or 2 days in children. Severe headache, stiff neck, confusion or difficulty breathing. Rash, swelling or pain in any part of the body. The final word, fever, a powerful ally. So, the next time you're feeling feverish, remember that it's your body's way of fighting for you. It's a sign that your incredible immune system is hard at work, battling those microscopic invaders. While fever can be uncomfortable, it's usually a temporary and beneficial response to infection. By understanding how fever works and when to seek medical help, we can be informed partners in our own health journey. Remember, science rules. And so does your amazing body. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating insights into your health.